Welcome, everybody. John Zager, johnzager.com. How's everybody doing today? Good? Good. Um, so, kind of wanted to talk about a continuation of YouTube videos the past few days. And I didn't get a very good turnout. Not very many people seemed to have an interest or wanted to hear or didn't want to put their name behind it or endorse it based on the amount of people that I normally get. So I wanted to talk about that today because, again, my deal is neuroscience and people and personalities and doing clinical psychology since 68 or 9. And just a lot of research for the past 15 plus years. And it intrigues me. Everything that I do intrigues me on how people respond. There's a couple people that read my stuff or watch it because they kind of know me and they followed, and I don't know, maybe they think sometimes there's some good stuff. I don't know. But here's the deal. People are kind of in a anxious way these days coming out of the pandemic and everything that has transpired, losing all kinds of rights and being told what we can and can't be doing. Fauci and his craziness, and this Biden guy that just needs, I was reading yesterday that the Democrats are going to just remove him no later than the end of this year, which is only a few months away, kind of idea. They've had it with him and they're going to just remove him. I'm not sure of what the repercussions of that are. But anyway, people are anxious. People are on edge. People are uptight. People are disgruntled. People are unhappy. People, I guess they don't seem happy. They don't seem happy. And they don't talk a lot about stuff. Now, there's some really good things that are happening, right? One of them happens to be Dr. Joe and his workshops worldwide. He's spreading out to places he hadn't been before. But, there's a lot of people following him still. There's more people disgruntled with him than used to be because he's repetitious now. He just puts a different title on things and repeats stuff that he's repeated before. But people are still following, and that's encouraging. What would you call that? The people who used to give their testimonials about being cured from some deadly disease, they're not there anymore. We have a lot of people in his testimonials. Now they're called testimonials because they don't pack any punch. That are talking about how they've changed based on the aches and pains that they used to have. This turns me off. I actually, this is kind of all goes together. I've actually written 1 or 2 comments about, I don't know, sounds like a neurosis to me, just a common everyday neurosis and blah, blah, blah. And I get daggers sent back to me, on the internet, people responding. Well, I think that person is just doing an outstanding job and is so blah, 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 blah. No, they're not. They're a bunch of buffoons that are trying to get some publicity over an ache or a pain they had. And Dr. Joe, this is how bad it's gotten, the poor guy. Dr. Joe has nothing else. He's out of material. He is out of material, people. And he's repetitious now from the past, I don't know, years. So there's a fair amount of confusion. I talked about that yesterday. There's a fair amount of confusion going on in the country. And a lot of loss. And we need a person like Dr. Joe or another Dr. Joe with fresh information. Now he's, and I think this is a great idea. I didn't mean to be talking this much about Dr. Joe. I do like him. Now he's got stuff he's presenting on the steps to manifesting money, or you have to have very specific things that you do in order to obtain, and he's now wanting to give people those steps. The people that are asking the questions or interviewing him are not the old folks who used to do that, which were brilliant, great. They had personality. These people today are just wannabe interviewers, I guess is what it's called. And they keep interrupting with these neurotic, we don't need that. Just ask the damn question and shut up and let him answer. It's just neurotic tendencies, right? Because everybody's scared. Everybody's scared. I mean, look at the politics we have going on. They suck. That guy is supposed to be running our country. He can't run himself and remember where the bathroom is. And there's actually illiterate people who voted for him. The country's trashed because of the people. And that's obviously why I'm not getting the response or the turnout from people that I used to get at one point in time. Not that I got big numbers, but just people are morons. They're just morons. I mean, they actually voted for that Democratic, progressive, liberal, socialist party. And here's the worst part of it. They're the flippin' millennials that must have gotten their nose into something that they don't even know about nor really care about. I mean, I listen to podcasts from, notable people. And they're just trashing millennials. I mean, millennials are brain dead. They really have no need to be here other than, go ride their bike on the street or something like that. Go dress up as the opposite sex and have that be your cause. Because, you've now been to the realization that you're not female, you're male, or vice versa. So, it's gotten really bad. It's gotten really bad. Here's 4 of them walking down the street right now, and they have no clue what they're doing. They're just totally lost on the street, carrying a bottle of water. Wow. Anyway, so I talked about this the other day, and I want to just bring it up again because I'm still looking for an opportunity to go in this direction. There's a thing called clinics. You have workshops, seminars. You can also have clinics. Clinics would be probably a step down from a seminar or a workshop. And they may not be as intense. I'm wanting to do a workshop, or call it a seminar, I don't care. I guess today we're going to call it a clinic on transformational kinds of things and the way that you feel about different issues in your life and in our country that upregulate disease or don't. Great topic. But it could be fairly intimidating to some people, challenging. Is God punishing you or challenging you? It's kind of the basis of what it would be on. I talked about that the other day. But because fewer and fewer people seem to listen to enlightenment or controversy, everybody's scared. I didn't get any reply from anybody. I said leave some comments if that would be something of interest to you. The charge or money would not be a deal killer at all. I would make it so that you could come. I expect that nobody will reply or leave a comment again today. I mean, I came on this morning just to kind of touch on the fact that the personalities of people in America today are pretty unsettled, and there's a fair amount of emotion and feeling surrounding a lot of what they're doing today and how they're dealing with it. I mean, there's people, I don't want to go on too long about this, but there's people who actually, I can't believe this. They've obviously listened to Dr. Joe over time, and they think that if they sit down and do a meditation. That's how you cure yourself of cancer or a terminal disease. Whew. And they go on these, that they give a testimonial or something about something. They've missed the point. They've missed the point. And that's where Dr. Joe, I believe, is trying to now say, I'm offering material, information on the steps you need to take to change your life, change your health, change your thinking, manifest. He's now into money too. So he now has a formula. That's what he's calling everything, is a formula. He now has a formula for the law of attraction, which he's always talked about but never said those words, on how to acquire money, make money. It's a crazy kind of thing. For me, I stick in this because this is what I do. I do encounter people from time to time where change occurs. It's not as frequent as it used to be, but I still do, and this is what I do. This is what I do. So if anybody has an interest in a little workshop, maybe a Saturday morning or afternoon or something like that, small group, nothing big, or if you have questions, even if you have questions that you wanted to ask, that would be a good place to do that. And another millennial trying to figure out what she's doing on the planet. But, if you have comments, go ahead and plan them and let me know if you have an interest in, even some coaching stuff. I've always got a little room for an additional client or two that needs a little bit of coaching. Not in particular about I know all, but maybe out of, 50 years of doing clinical and neuroscience, maybe there's an answer I might have that could be helpful for you. So I'm trying to rattle some cages to get some comments, to get some dialogue, for us all to get together and interact. That's called modeling. And maybe if we could do it under a controlled environment, a little workshop or something, maybe it's something that would set deeper into your mindset that, I can go do that with some people in my neighborhood. There's a guy in another political party that I've been meaning to talk to, and maybe I have some understanding of communication. Don't laugh, you guys. I think there's more of you that don't know how to communicate than know how to communicate. So maybe they could go or that person could go and attempt to have an interaction with that other individual. So anyway, keep that in mind. There's some other stuff I've mentioned in the last day or two that I'm going to bring up. Ghosting is one of them. I really, really want to talk about ghosting, but I'm at 20 minutes already, so I'll probably quit right now. But hopefully I'll get on later today, and maybe I'll just do a podcast and not a YouTube on ghosting. It's a good topic, and it's very damaging and harmful and threatening to the well-being of people. It affects mental health on both sides, and it also highlights the illiteracy and stupidity of people that think torture is a way of life that we can use now in our current day and age. We've come to the point that we now hate people and their beliefs that are clearly different than ours, that we've given ourselves permission and others to torture, damage, destroy people. That's what a moron you are. That's the stupidity that's out here walking around on the street. Ghosting has been for a while, a year or two anyway, a publicly used term and tool to hurt. And then we wonder why the world has got a virus. It's called collective consciousness. I don't want to go too deep for you guys. But when everybody, the majority, a lot of people on the planet start feeling it's okay to ghost and torture people knowingly torture. Don't tell me you don't have an idea what you're doing, because you do. I don't want those people to be a part of my life. I don't want to be anywhere near those people. I don't want anything to do with those people. They're the cause of the virus. If you have enough people, collective consciousness, damaging other people, torturing other people, destroying other people, anger, hostility, resentment, the world is going to up-regulate disease. You flippin' fools. If you think what I say is ridiculous, you're an idiot. You're a moron. You're a fucking moron if you ignore it. Ghosting is not permissible. That's torture. Go look it up. Go look it up, you brilliant bastards. Go look it up. You cannot torture. And then you think somehow you have a connection with God, a greater consciousness, a greater intelligence. You get a little oil sprinkled on you in your last hours, and you think you're going to go to heaven. It's a misconception. You're a fool. You're a fool. So, leave me a comment. Leave me a comment. I would really like to hear what you have to say, and your views towards ghosting. I mean, go read, for God's sake. Go get on the internet and read anything. Read something. Read the comics if you have to. But read something before you leave a comment, will you? God bless everybody. Take care of one another, and I'll look forward to talking to you all again real soon. Thanks a lot. See you. Bye.